Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to fall and welcome to Libra. Before we get going, I want to wish everyone who has a sun sign of Libra a very happy birthday. This is an amazing air energy. It's a cardinal energy that brings in the fall. I love this season. I love the colors. I love the smells. Yeah, it's just a season that really resonates with me. So I can't be happier, if you will. And Libra is a nice energy because it is a cardinal, so it is a shifting air energy. Air is the knowledge energy. So again, it resonates well with me. So no matter where Libra lands in your astrological birth chart, it will still impact you. It's just depending on where Libra is, it can impact you more fully in that house or as that zodiac. It's okay. Just breathe and enjoy is all I'm going to say. Now, because we do have this thinking energy, I do have the Spiral Tarot, which is very much, given all the symbols, given some of the complexities in the cards, it is a thinking, learning deck. So works really well with all the air signs. I do have the Energy Oracle for the sheer fact that it resonated with me today. So that's what we're going to work with. I like the fact that when I got them on the table, they both had blue backgrounds. You know, it's the little things. So know that it doesn't matter which decks you use. They will all give you the same information. It just has different pictures. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what Libra wants to share with you. And of course, we're coming right off of that full harvest moon, solar or lunar eclipse. Please know that next week we do, I think it's Wednesday. Let me check my calendar thingy here. Pretty sure it's Wednesday. Yeah, no, sorry, Tuesday. Oh, no, Wednesday. So Wednesday we do have a solar eclipse coming in. It's not going to be in your face as much as the last one. However, it is a solar eclipse, and I don't even think we have like a full-blown solar eclipse. I think it's like a partial or something. So you may not see it. Just know, just like the lunar eclipse, again, you don't have to see it to be impacted by it. Ooh, the Hanged Man. Look at all the symbols. It's fantastic. Do all the symbols, are they going to be all important? No, because they're not coming up and being really predominant to me. If you're looking at this card, oh, I'm trying to zoom. Come on, computer. There we go. That's a better picture. So if you're looking at some of these symbols and they're coming in loud and clear for you, look them up. These are all, some of them are astrological, some of them are the alchemy. I was like, it's the tangible one. So you can start to look them up. For me, the important thing that's really coming and popping is the rainbow. And of course, the hands behind the back. The Hangman talks about letting go, but not just being an idle bystander where you're just like, it's just going to happen. I'm going to be complacent about it. You have to work with it, trusting in the positive things. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it's positive, but when you get into it, it does start to shift. But you never know what he's doing to support his situation. Is he fighting it and wasting energy? No. He's being very, I don't want to say calculated, but he's thinking things through. He's not rushing. And I think that's the big thing. Don't react, don't rush. Be okay with what's happening, but know that it's going to be up to you to do the work. You have to be the one that is holding the reins and really working with the universal energy rather than against it, because a lot of times the universe wants us in one area and we're trying to get to another area because of conditioning, values, cultural norms. Start to look at some of that, weigh it up. We don't have to work on the exact same path as where the universe or what we thought we wanted in this lifetime. We can work parallel. And if we're starting to work more with the energies, we start to see some things work better. It's the universe starts to slide in supports where we least expect it, because we are working with them rather than against them. So you do have free will in this. And here's your free will. The Two of Wands, it talks about thinking. It talks about making decisions. Knowing you've got the world at your hand, usually is holding this world in your hand. It's up to you. And you do have to make some decisions, because as much as the universe wants you in one area, it may not it's just like anything else. There are little nuances and aspects. High vibrational beings don't have to pay a rent or mortgage. They don't have to buy food. They don't have to pay for electricity or the internet. So we have to balance things out. But the more we align ourselves, you're going to see kind of a streamlining, if you will. And you can bring things to, as long as you're working in that high vibration and for your greatest good, you're going to see things start to move, especially when you are not so much the driver, but you're not just complacent. You're an active participant. The Eight of Swords in reversal. No, things are not always going to go your way. Are you going to struggle? Absolutely, we all do, because we don't understand that master plan. We're doing our best to understand and work with it. However, at the same time, we're trying to put a puzzle together blind. Every now and then we get glimpses of things and we're trying to work with it. It's okay. We're going to struggle. We will stumble. We will fall. The important thing is to dust yourself off, get yourself back up, and work with these energies. Also, an important piece, finding the rainbow, the positive, even when we're struggling. You can see here, the sun, for me, is rising here. So we've got that new day, that new opportunity to continue to get ourselves unstuck rather than getting ourselves more stuck. Again, that is an option, a choice. Also, no, lack of choice is also a choice unto itself. The Hierophant. We started with a rainbow. We're going to end this with a rainbow. I love this piece. Deep breath. There are going to be many opportunities. The Hierophant talks of teachers. We need them. It talks of community. We need that. It talks of opportunities. Keeper of keys. I thought I just saw a key. Oh yeah, he's holding it. Hard to see with everything. The Hierophant always has those keys because he helps to open the doors. It's through, again, that knowledge piece. Knowledge is going to be very key as you go forward. You want to use the knowledge to your advantage rather than getting caught up in the hurts or pains. It's in the hurts or pains that gets us stuck, because something happens and we don't learn from it. We get stuck in the fear, the pain, the consequences, the reactions, the actions. Look at what that cause is, that pattern. We can start to break it when we start to use our head and use the knowledge rather than being reactive. Again, that's another choice, because leaving ourselves unchecked or allowing things to trigger us and not being aware of our triggers, which was something that the full moon eclipse wanted to kind of get that ball rolling on. We need to make sure that we're aware, we understand ourselves, we understand those triggers, because it's not so much about going into the trauma or the experience, but if you know a certain type of person, language, environment triggers you. Be aware of that. You don't have to avoid it. You need to use tools so that it doesn't cripple you. You don't feel like you're going to always just turtle and like recoil, or that you're going to react and be aggressive. We don't need either of those. We want to make sure that we are in control of self and making positive choices, making those choices that are going to empower us. Woman holding a coin. I love it. Really talking about the prosperity that comes with empowering self and understanding self. You're able to take more opportunities when you're making choices that is based in understanding how you respond, situations that impact us, patterns that are coming forward, opportunities that keep coming up. And it's not about just blindly jumping into things. Look at it. Again, he's not just taking his environment or his situation and just letting it be. He's working at it behind the scenes. The Two of Wands talks about decision making. You have to understand that decision. You can't make a good decision on just your gut. Your gut will help in making that decision because it's more knowledge. So know that when we make decisions for our greatest and most positive good that is based in knowledge, you're going to have a really solid plan there, because this is the Libra energy, guys. Ooh, door to romance. Don't hyper focus in on this. If you're in a relationship, don't forget about the importance of that relationship. If you're not in a relationship, understanding self, understanding how you work with others, those triggers, past experiences, you can start to raise your vibration. Soulmates and twin flames are attracted to our energetical signature, which happens to get brighter and bolder the higher our vibration is when we're working in that positive. Again, angel of balance. Don't hyper focus in on any of it. Look at the positive things. Take time for reflection. Take time for connections and romance, for community, for just letting yourself understand your situation. Balance will be key. We don't want to become obsessive about any of it. Because again, the obsession, it talks about that low vibrational ego that we talked about in last week's reading that can easily take us down a path we don't want. This is about taking paths that we do want. The Fool in reversal. Talking about that movement, that journey. We do need to enjoy this. Yes, we need to have trust in self, trust in the universe, but it is about enjoyment and working with our supports. We're never alone. Sometimes we feel alone because there isn't that human being right beside us. But no, we are always with somebody. We have at least one guardian angel, and then usually a handful of guides that are always with us, working with us and trying to get us to get going and moving. It's an important piece. Actually, something that just came up to me when I placed the card, this symbol here underneath his chin, that is the symbol of Chiron. Chiron is in retrograde, and when he's in retrograde, it helps us to understand where we need to heal. So some of those traumas, some of those triggers. So we have a double kind of more hidden, more subtle support. We've got Libra with that knowledge and Chiron with that healing. Like I said, this is a learning deck. The more you work with it, the more you're like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. And you start to see a bigger picture. I love this deck. The Princess of Wands in reversal. I love the fact that she's sitting on her bum and we have these beautiful sunflowers. Talks about that autumn loveliness, but also stability. Groundedness is going to be key. It's going to help us to empower ourselves because we're more open, we're more stable. And then also it talks about having some joy and wonder and excitement for this season, for this time. Because a lot of us do start to see that emotional well-being start to swirl, which can be another part of the Eight of Swords, because the nights are getting longer and colder. Seasonal affective disorder is a thing, and it sneaks up on people. So just be aware. Again, triggers and patterns. The Queen of Cups in reversal. Talking about giving yourself a little bit of compassion, giving yourself a little bit of TLC that you need. Again, this is not about hermiting yourself. This is about connecting in. What is going to support you the most? And please don't minimize creativity. The Queen of Wands is one of the most creative cards in the deck, as is the Page of Wands. The cups and the wands are the yin and yang of creativity. You've got them side by side. Libra is a thinking zodiac, but that does not mean it cannot be creative. Because again, you need your brain, your third eye thinking center, to be moving and shaking when you're creating. And finally, the Four of Pentacles. Of course, I just said stability. It was more hidden in the Princess of Wands. Here, it's very much boom in your face. Stability with the four, stability with the pentacle. We need it. Now, again, big piece here. It's nice to say we need stability, but we don't want to recluse ourselves. We don't want to isolate ourselves and put us in safety. This is not about a safety mode, because when we do that, we're actually cutting off some of our stability. We're cutting off that community and that connection. The trick of the Four of Pentacles, which is a very stable card, when you start to look at how this is historically and usually depicted, he's disconnected from Gaia. Yes, he's usually sitting and stable. His chakras, so it usually encompasses the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and sometimes the root. Those core pieces are disconnected. Again, as is the crown. Making sure that your energies are flowing, that you're open to opportunities, that you're not just shutting yourself away. Shutting yourself away will take away a lot of the momentum that Libra will give you through connection in community, connection with people, especially those who mean a lot to us. So that balance, and that's why we have the angel of balance, is going to be key. Again, that little bits of reflection. Where am I at? What's triggering me? What am I doing? Am I reclusing myself? Am I putting myself out there and I'm starting to feel a little bit thin? What is going to empower me so that I can get on my feet and I can feel stronger? Because when we start to tip into the fall, which we've done, this is a season that is super busy for us. We've got double Thanksgivings. October, we have the Canadian Thanksgiving. And any of my American friends who need permission to enjoy the Canadian Thanksgiving, you have my permission as a born and raised Canadian to enjoy that pumpkin pie, enjoy that whatever, turkey, the potatoes, the gravy, the entire thing. Get a primer so that you can put it in your calendar. It is October 14th. Then we have Halloween. We've got Remembrance Day. We've got the American Thanksgiving. Then we get into the holiday crazy hustle and bustle. Winter doesn't come in till December 21st. So we've got some time here. This is a very active and busy season. We have to make sure that we're not getting overwhelmed and missing some of these really important pieces, because the triggers, the responses, they're going to matter. In November, we are going to have Mercury go into retrograde at the end of the month. To add into that complexity, we're going to have Mars, which is also another personal planet that doesn't get as much notice. It's going to go into retrograde in December, the very beginning of December, and the pair of them will be in retrograde together. Mercury is our communication knowledge planet. Mars, oh, we know that's the assertive, aggressive planet. The pair of them don't go into retrograde well together. So having that awareness and that understanding, getting that baseline in September will help us later in the year. And that's what Libra wants to do. That understanding, that knowledge is going to be key. I want to thank you for joining me today and exploring Libra. And again, I want to wish anybody who has a sun sign of Libra a very happy birthday. Now, if you did enjoy this session, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought. How are you going to empower yourself? What are you going to do to bring that aha into the present? And if you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, because I have a lot more content coming forward. There's so much more and so much more fun stuff coming in. Additionally, if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Patreon page, and I've left that link below. Again, I thank you for joining me in exploring Libra. Until tomorrow, my friends.